Well, good evening, everyone. Hello out there, travelers. I am Valerie from The Road Lots Traveled. And well, this year, The Road Lots Traveled has become the road not so much traveled, unfortunately. So I managed to make it to my 50th state back in March, hit a few countries this year as well, and then that was enough. Things really slowed down after that. So I am sticking close to home right now, as I'm sure most of you are as well. And one event that I was really looking forward to when I was coming home is the Oil Heritage Festival Bike and Brew. So you can see the logo here on the bag. Now, Oil Heritage Festival is a festival that's held every year here in the oil region where I live in Pennsylvania. And I've always missed the Bike and Brew. Just timing hasn't worked out. I've never had it. It's typically this event where I think you go on a bike ride and then you come back to the main park in town and you sample craft beer from a bunch of different brewers that are local to the area. So I was really looking forward to it when I finally got back home in May. Thought I'll be ready for it this summer. Got a bike, started hitting some of the trails, really looking forward to it. Then, like a lot of things, it changed. I'm so happy that they still did it, but it became a curbside event this year instead of an actual event. So just tonight, I picked up my Bike and Brew pack. That's what you saw here. And so this is the live unboxing, if you will, to try this out. Now, I'm actually trying out some new live stream software now. So just please, as we go along, drop me some comments so I can tell if everything's working. Let me know which of these beers and breweries that you want to try. Now, I don't know what is in this pack. I took a quick peek before this moment, just as I was coming home. But other than that, it'll be a surprise. I know the breweries that were involved, those were announced ahead of time. But other than that, it's a surprise. So let's be surprised together. Now, I know that I got a Bike and Brew shirt. This one is actually one of their vintage shirts from 2018. Got one of these, and beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. Get it? Nice. So an old Bike and Brew shirt. I actually managed to snag one of these because I was one of the first people to pick up my Bike and Brew pack today. Now, speaking of shirts, this is a shirt from my favorite craft brewer. It is Old Busthead Brewing Company, located in Fauquier County, Virginia. So big fan of that brewery. If you aren't in Pennsylvania and can't really relate to a lot of these beers that I'm going to talk about, but if you're down in the DMV area, down there in Virginia, or even DC, even Maryland, it is definitely worth the trip out to Old Busthead Brewing Company. Try the Table Talk. That's a nice, light, citrusy beer. Or try the Caramel Macchiato Stout. Two beers that couldn't be further from each other, but that I love. The Caramel Macchiato Stout is like a cup of coffee. It's like a breakfast beer. It tastes just like coffee. It is so good. I also saw, I think they now have like an orange creamsicle beer that I would love to try out at Old Busthead. So go give them a visit if you happen to be in the area. So what else do we have here? We have got the Franklin Oil Region Credit Union, gave this nice cup. We've got something from the Oil Region Alliance here. Great. Easy to be seen as I'm biking, which is helpful. Bike safety, very important. And great, we've got a little tasting glass. It says Oil Heritage Festival Bike and Brew right there on it with the little logo. Perfect. And it's adorable. That's so great. Now, I'm not actually a big drinker. Rarely ever drink, but what I do love sampling is craft beer. Wherever I go, I love seeing how brewers use the local ingredients, even the can art, the design of the brewery, how everything is just incorporated into this unique experience. So I unfortunately haven't tried out many breweries around here yet. So drop that in the comments too. Where is it that you think I should go? What should I check out? But are you ready to see some beers, some brews? Let's have a look. What do we have first? We have General Braddock's from the Beer Gentleman, I believe it's called. The Brew Gentleman, excuse me, the Brew Gentleman. I think we've got a logo for these guys. The Brew Gentlemen, they are located down in Braddock, Pennsylvania, and they try to create soft, balanced, and elegant beers as well as meaningful experiences. They're also helping to revitalize the historic steel town of Braddock, Pennsylvania, down there by Pittsburgh, I believe, just right outside of Pittsburgh. And they're an independent brewery and a member of the Brewers Association. This is one of their flagship beers, General Braddock's. I love the can design. It's just so elegant and refined, much like their beer. It's a 6.8 ABV. Really nice. Brew Gentleman out of Braddock, Pennsylvania. What do we have here? This one we have got Log Yard Brewing Company is our next beer. Log Yard Brewing Company. They're located in Kane, Pennsylvania, not too far from where I'm located. They have quality craft beer using hyper-local ingredients from the PA Wilds region. So their goal is to bring together like-minded companies, and Kane, PA is known as the black cherry, which is a hardwood capital of the world. So in Kane and at Log Yard Brewing, they take advantage of that and produce some unique flavors with black cherry and incorporate black birch hardwood into their flavors as well. So this is Misery Whip. It's a New England style IPA. Now, as I mentioned, I don't really drink a lot. I don't know a lot about beer, so we're probably going to get to a few points where I mispronounce things. Feel free to drop that in the comments too if I mispronounce anything at all. This is an 8.4 ABV. Again, Log Yard Brewing Company located in Kane, PA. And I believe that they started or are still located on a former log yard that was actually in the family of one of the brewers. No tours right now at the brewery, but there is a tap room in a different location that is open right now, so you can check that out. Up next, we are coming a little bit closer to home for me. We're going to go to Mechanistic Brewing Company. Mechanistic Brewing Company, scientifically brewed. They're located on Liberty Street in Clarion, Pennsylvania. This is the Sunshine Wheat. It's a 5.4 ABV. And I've actually been to Mechanistic Brewing. It's one of the few breweries we'll talk about here that I've been to. I went to a Halloween party there, won a prize for best makeup. You might be thinking it's Halloween, you're probably a zombie and had some crazy makeup on. No, not at all. I actually just put on a red and black flannel shirt, bought a roll of paper towels, tucked them under my arm, painted on a beard, and went as the Brawny Man. That's right. And my friends, Brett and Janelle, if you're watching, hello, big craft beer fans as well. They were actually the ones that took me to Mechanistic. And Brett is the one that painted on my beard, matched it to my hair color perfectly. It was quite convincing. And because of that, we won free beer at Mechanistic. So big fan of Mechanistic Brewing. As I mentioned here, it says scientifically crafted on the label. So they do have kind of a science theme going on in the brewery. Big fans of them. They're doing some great stuff as well with different food trucks that they bring in, wood-fired pizza. Sometimes they have fundraisers to support the Clarion Library, so please do go check it out. We've got the Sunshine Wheat here to try. All right, what do we have next? We've got, it's from Voodoo Brewing Company. And this is the Good Vibes. We can all use some good vibes right now. Show you that. Some fun can art happening on there. Looks very Jamaican. It's got Jamaican colors happening there. It does look like a very scary beach, but we'll still go with Good Vibes. They've got locations in Western Pennsylvania and even into Ohio. It's distributed wider than that. I believe in Baltimore, in Maryland, you can still find Voodoo Brewing. So check it out. And they've got a great campaign going on right now that is called Beer It Forward. And it lets you buy a pint for frontline workers. So when everything is open and they have time to stop into one of their establishments, those frontline workers can get a free beer. You add it to your tab or an online purchase, and you can buy a frontline worker a beer, which is just such a great cause. So this is Good Vibes. It is a West Coast style IPA, and it is a 7.3 ABV. What else is in here? Our next beer coming up comes from Hop Asylum. Now, Hop Asylum is located in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. It is New Wilmington's first and only brewery. They have a walk-through production house and an extensive tasting bar. They've got craft beer. They have soda. And they also have cider. They've got a fully equipped kitchen. Definitely check out the website for Hop Asylum Brewing. They have some really great coupons on there right now. I think 20% off flights, which is not a bad deal. So definitely worth the trip out there to New Wilmington. This one is Loopy 2. Loopy 2 from Hop Asylum. It is ABV 7.3. Hop Asylum Brewing Company. Up next, we've got some more fun can art. Oh, this is another one from Voodoo Brewing Company. This one is called White Magic of the Sun. Creepy, but fun. It's the sun putting off its white magic. This is a wheat ale with spices, 7.3 ABV. White Magic of the Sun from Voodoo Brewing Company. And Voodoo Brewing Company is actually based in Meadville, Pennsylvania. So again, quite close to here. We've got a bottle coming up next. This one is Timber Creek Tap and Table. They've got locations in both Meadville and Grove City. And this is the Black Bear Porter. The rich, robust porter with a complex grain build. You can visit them in both Meadville and Mercer, like I said, right there in Grove City. I believe I've been past it. It's pretty close to the outlets. If you're on 208, just go past the outlets and you will find Timber Creek Tap and Table. We've got 2 more to go. Are you excited? I hope you are. This one I've also been to. I've been to, I think, all of the next ones that we will talk about. The Clarion River Brewing Company, located on Main Street in Clarion. You can see where Clarion is right there. It's Clarion River Brewing Company. Ooh, I think I will like this one. A grapefruit beer. It is a 4.8 ABV. So go check them out. They bring you a taste of history with handcrafted micro beers. Again, right there on Main Street in downtown Clarion, the Clarion River Brewing Company. And the final beer here in the bag for this year's Bike and Brew comes from another brewery I've been to, my hometown brewery, Trails to Ales. We've got the Twisted Trail IPA from Trails to Ales. Here where I live, there's a lot of great bike trails, hiking trails, water trails. You can put in a kayak or a canoe. So Trails to Ales Brewery is meant to serve all of us that are out there on the trail, and you can top off your day on the trail with some great beers. So this is, again, the Twisted Trail IPA. It is a 6.5 ABV. Located on Liberty Street in Franklin, Pennsylvania. Can't miss it, right there on the main drag. I also suggest checking out their soft pretzel. It is delicious. They have got a really great menu there at Trails to Ales. So those are all of our beers for the Bike and Brew. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, we've got a great program. Big thanks to all of the sponsors that made Bike and Brew possible this year. And we've also got I think we've got some great trail maps in here. So I'll still get to get out and take advantage of everything that this area has to offer on the trails. Lots of great stuff in here. I'll have to go through this all later. I won't subject all of you to that. Ah, very important. Got a bottle opener in here. That's good. Got some stickers from different breweries. We've got a pen. Lots of fun stuff. And it all came in this great Bike and Brew insulated bag. Also very helpful for getting your groceries at Aldi. You can just get everything you need right here. Zip it in there. Keep all of your ice cream frozen on a hot summer day. So that is it for our Bike and Brew bag unboxing. So please do get out there and support all of your local brewers and do it responsibly. There's lots of ways that you can do that right now. A lot of these brewing companies have curbside pickup that you can do. You can get your orders to go to enjoy at home. If you are enjoying it there, please do wear a mask. Don't make it weird for everybody, is what I say, because it's not about being political. It's not about whether or not you think masks work. It's just about being a good neighbor to our local business owners. And if you're not wearing a mask and another patron gets uncomfortable, then maybe they'll say something to the owners or the manager, then they have to come and say something to you. And it's just weird and awkward for everybody. So I've seen a lot of Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers in my day. So please just be a good neighbor. When you're out there, put that mask on or just take it to go. But there's still lots to see and explore and do, even when we're all staying close to home. But I thank you so much for watching. Big thank you to Flex, the young professionals group here in Venango County, for putting Bike and Brew together. We look forward to hopefully being back in person again next year. And maybe I'll actually get to ride my bike at Bike and Brew in the future. But I'm really looking forward to trying all of these beers. So big thanks to Flex, thanks to all the sponsors, and thanks to all the brewers for taking part in this. I hope you guys all have a fantastic night.